Hello and welcome back to Bit Trading. Today, as always, we are going to run through the Bitcoin technical analysis and we're going to take a look at what is going on, how I'm positioned, i.e. what trades am I in, and of course we will get on to what future trades I'm looking to take next. So if that all sounds interesting, please do smash that thumbs up button, subscribe of course if you are new to the channel, and turn that bell notification on so you never miss updates like this. But enough of that, let's jump into the charts and take a look at what is going on. So jumping straight on into the analysis then, let's take a look at what is going on. So yeah, for that, we do need to go all the way back to, let's have a look here. This was all the way back on October the 30th at 8:21 a.m. because on October the 30th at 8:21 a.m., I told the team that I had taken a small short position on Bitcoin. And yeah, there was a big reason why I took this short trade. And of course, we will talk about that as well. But at the same time, right, we had this short trade planned, okay? We had this short trade planned. I was sharing this short trade with you guys here on YouTube, and we were talking about it. And yeah, I know it's a very controversial trade, right? But yeah, we were planning this, okay? And it's really nice to see this trade actually come into fruition. And like I say all the time, it's very important to plan your trades, right? So yeah, back here on the 30th of October, I told the team here, taking a small short position, right? And I went on to say as well, a lot of longs from the high are offside, okay? So what was price doing? Okay, what was price doing? Well, we saw price rising up. We saw lots upon, well, millions upon millions of long trades opening up as price is rising. And of course, if we take a look at the order flow, we can actually see this, right? We can see here, as price is moving up, okay, we can see 27 million longs opening here, 94 million longs opening here, 9 million here, 81 million here, 46 million at the high. So we have millions upon millions of longs opening up as price is rising, which is initially bullish, okay? It is a very bullish thing. However, okay, like I say a lot of the time, it can get extremely messy extremely quickly. And that's exactly what happened, okay? So the goal here is to try and anticipate, right, when this mess is about to occur. And of course, just before that occurs, we want to be getting into that trade. And that's exactly what I did here. Okay, exactly what I did here. So what did I realize? What did I understand, okay, about Bitcoin up here that was, showing signs of weakness? Well, first of all, I realized we were coming up into that naked point of control of 73,475, which was a very important level of resistance, okay? And again, right, coming over to XO charts, we can see millions upon millions of longs are opening up, right, as price is coming into this resistance. But what is price doing? Okay, price is actually starting to pull back after tapping this resistance, okay? Telling me here, right, that there is some sort of big player probably up here, or series of big players who are preventing price from going any higher. All right, so what does price then do? Okay, price then pulls back. And why is price prevented from going higher? Well, because these bigger players up here are actually absorbing all of these longs that are coming into the market. Then of course the longs get exhausted and price can really only go in one direction, which of course is down, right? But then there's that's the catalyst, right? But then there's a strong reason why price then continues to go down, okay? And that reason is because we see all of these long trades that open up here, okay? We see all of those long trades get squeezed out of the market, something that we call a long squeeze, right? So yeah, as price is pulling back, I look at this, okay? I come over to XO charts and I take a look and I can see, as price is pulling back, we have 46 million long trades offside, right? 46 million long trades offside. Okay, for me, that is an extreme sign of weakness, right? Extremely bearish sign. So for me, okay, exactly like I told the team, I entered into that short trade, right? And it did take some time for price to then get that long squeeze, but we did initially see that long squeeze, right? We did see that long squeeze, and you can perfectly see it here, right? You can see 61 million longs got wrecked here. You can see 48 million got wrecked here, okay? Another 14 million down here. So we've had a huge amount of long trades get wrecked. And over the weekend as well, we have seen that continue, right? Let's go into the 30 minutes. Okay, you can see this was on the, well, this was today, right? This was very early this morning at 3 a.m., okay, on the Sunday, okay. We saw 30 million long trades get wrecked, okay? And then, of course, today as well, we've seen here another 2.3. We've also seen another 18 million here as well, okay? So we've had a lot of long trades getting wrecked, of course, on this move down. And this is exactly what we've been taking advantage of here over on the Visionary Discord, right? As you can see, as price is pulling back, telling the team that I'm taking profits on the way down. And yeah, as you can see, realized profit at this moment in time is, around, well, you can see at the bottom left of the screen here, just over $2,000 in a profit, which is realized, okay? And then, of course, I do have, just a little under $2,000, which is unrealized, of course, still in that trade, right? So, yeah, for me, this is a really, really good trade. Of course, stop loss has been moved to entry, okay? So if we scroll up a little bit here, you can see here, stop loss is at entry, so it is a completely risk-free trade now. And this was a really, really nice trade. Now, it was a very controversial one. I know a lot of people don't understand why I shorted this, again, especially so close to all-time high, because we didn't actually tap all-time high. We front-run all-time high. But I was talking about this here as well on YouTube, okay? I was talking about this. We've seen this before. We've seen this before, and I've shorted this before as well, okay? All the way back here, right? This is when I took a big short position here, okay? On the front run of all-time high here. Everybody was expecting all-time high here. Everybody, right? However, I myself realized, right, that we actually started to show a big sign of weakness up here. Why? Because we had over 100 million long trades open up in this final candle here, okay? However, price started to reject. For me, that is a big sign of weakness, right? And that was actually the start of that big downtrend that we were in for a good 6 months, okay? That was the start of it, right? Because that was the original lower high. Okay, so of course I took the short trade there and took advantage of all of this, and that then as well was a very controversial short trade. Okay, a very controversial short trade, right? But I know what I'm doing in these markets. I know what I'm looking for. Okay, I know, right, when a long squeeze is potentially going to happen. I know that probabilities are on my side, right? And it's the same with a short squeeze as well. Of course, when you squeeze out all the short trades. Okay. So for me, right, I understand, a lot of people don't understand why I shorted this, but of course you can see it was the right decision, okay? But now, what is happening where we are now, okay? What are we looking for next? Well, as you can see, price is actually coming into a very major support area, in my opinion, okay? First of all, we've got this uptrend, right? We've got this very bullish uptrend, okay? With, of course, higher highs, right, and higher lows. Right, and at this moment in time, we are pulling back to potentially form another higher low. You can see here, this is the previous higher low, okay? And you could argue that that's internal, and the actual previous higher low is this one here, okay? It's it's not decided yet, in my opinion. I think we could either see a long trade from here, or we could come a little bit lower, see a long trade from there, and it could still take us up to all-time high. Right, it could still take us up to all-time high, but we are coming into some major support here. Why? Because from the previous, not the previous low, but the low before that. Okay, we have this VWAP pulled, of course, and that has been acting as amazing support. Right, absolutely amazing support. Again, that's where we're bouncing from at this moment in time. Okay, we are bouncing from this level, and at the same time, we do have the POC. Okay, if we get rid of the naked points of control, we have the POC of this entire range that we've been in for a good 8 months now. Okay, this entire range POC. Okay, we did front run that ever so slightly, and this has kind of been my target, right? As you can see, we reclaimed below value area high. Okay, so we got accepted back below value area high, and I was telling the team on the Discord that if we got accepted back below value area high, we can look towards the POC, and that's pretty much exactly what has happened, but we have front run it by a few dollars, yeah? So if we take a look here, losing value area high would mean I would look towards the POC, which of course lines up perfectly with the naked point of control, which I'm interested in possibly longing. Okay, and as you can see here, telling the team that we've front run it by a few dollars. So we've come pretty close to it, and we could still come to it, right? We could. Okay, so yeah, we of course, like I said as well, we've got that naked point of control there, VWAP there, POC there, and we've even got a GP 786 level there as well. So there's a huge support here, huge support, and we can already see it in the order flow that people are realizing this, right? Why? Because we've got 12 million longs that have opened up here. We have 10 million longs that have also opened up here, okay? And we're starting to see a little bit of a short squeeze here, just a little bit of a short squeeze, right? So yeah, lots of people are viewing this as very strong support, okay? But what we have to be careful of, right? We can't get too overly bullish here, right? In my opinion, the order flow isn't screaming anything extremely bullish, right? Again, going over to the Visionary Discord, taking a look at this, you can see there is no absorption here. This is what I'm really looking for, some absorption, right? Because the absorption has been what's holding this market up recently. Again, we don't actually have the absorption at this moment in time. So we have to be very careful here, okay? Because we've seen this before, right? We've seen this before where we see loads of long trades opening up, okay, as price is pulling back, but we don't really see anything that screams strength, okay, a sign of strength over on the order flow, right? Which of course then led to those longs adding fuel to the fire of that long squeeze, right? Adding fuel to the fire on that pullback, okay? It just, caused an even bigger pullback, right? So this is why we've got to be very careful because, yeah, lots of long trades are opening up here, but if there's no real sign of strength here, what could happen is price maybe gets a little bit of a bounce for then a continuation lower. And of course, those longs that have opened up here, again, are only adding fuel to the fire. Right, they're giving price more of a reason to pull back because there's now more long trades in the market to, of course, squeeze out. Right, so at this moment in time, I don't see, of course, we're looking at a very strong area of support. Okay, and we can get a really nice bounce off of this. I understand that, right? But in terms of real signs of strength, okay, I don't see it yet in the order flow. Okay, I don't see the real sign of strength in the order flow. I would really like to see absorption, okay, in the order flow. Right, and if we do zoom out a little bit, let's go on to the 6 hour. Okay, you can see that recently we have seen quite a lot of absorption. Okay, we have seen quite a lot of absorption. Of course, price forming that bullish structure, right, as the CVD is telling us that there are more sells coming in as price is forming this bullish structure. Meaning, right, that there is a big player up here absorbing all of those sells, stopping price, of course, making a new lower low. Okay, so this is actually very bullish. Okay, and yeah, for price to continue higher, I would also like to continue to see this absorption. If we don't see this absorption, there is a possibility that we could squeeze out even more long trades from much lower prices, which of course could get very messy, very bearish, right? So I would like to see absorption for that long time and that for the long trade, right? And that's kind of what I'm ready and waiting for. So where we are now, we're not really getting the absorption, okay, which leads me to believe, okay, right, yes, we could get the bounce off of this level. I understand that, okay? But, right, if there's no real sign of strength here, we could actually lose this level and we could go to the lower level, okay, of 62,280. And this is still an interesting level in my opinion, okay? I think this is a very interesting level, okay? And I think that we could also get a very big long trade off of this level to possibly take us all the way up to all-time high. Okay, why do I think this? Well, if we pull a GP 786 from this low down here, of course, to the most recent high, of course, the 786, the GP comes in confluence with that naked point of control. So I like the confluence at that level, right? And then we do also have the possibility of getting absorption down there. If we get absorption down there, for me, that is a huge sign of strength. Okay, so if we see price pulling back into this level, we get some absorption, right? For me, this is the perfect long trade to, of course, look up towards taking that to all-time high. Why? Because we're in bullish structure. Okay, we are in bullish structure, so we're looking for that bullish structure to continue. Okay, so for me, yes, we're at major support here, but I'm not seeing the sign of strength that I want. Okay, so I'm not taking a long trade here. Okay, at this moment in time, right? Maybe we see, we could see some sort of like internal swing failure pattern, okay, maybe something like this or failed auction for the long trade. I would like to see something like that, Okay, that would be really, really nice. But where we are at right now, I'm not interested in the long because I don't see any major sign of strength. Okay, so we either do something like this, where of course we swing failure, failed auction onto that naked point of control and that POC of the range. Okay, for of course that long trade to take us up to all-time high, right? Or we look for lower and we look for the long trade here if we get absorption down there. Okay, so that's kind of what my plan is, right? So for right now, like I told the team on the Discord, again, if you want access to this Visionary Discord, first link in the description. But yeah, like I said to the team just up here, still short and chill. That's how I'm positioned at this moment in time. Still short and chill because there is no sign of strength as there is no sign of absorption. Okay, no sign of absorption here, so I'm not too interested in taking a long trade here because I know what retail are going to be doing here, and I do not want to be doing what retail are doing. I know that retail are longing here. I can visibly see that retail are longing here as well, so I do not want to be doing that, right? So for me, it's patience. We either get a bit of a bounce here for another pullback, okay, stop out all of those longs that have opened up down here, get an intraday swing failure or failed auction for the long trade to all-time high. Okay, if we do not see that and we just lose that level, of course I will be looking towards this 62,280 for the possible long trade to of course take that to all-time high. So those are my plans, right? Those are my plans for the long trades. Of course we could bounce from all-time high from here. I understand that, okay, and I am open to say that, you know, if I do not see what I want to see for a trade, I will not take the trade. And even if price does rise here, I will not be annoyed about it, okay, because I do understand I haven't seen any major sign of strength here. I haven't seen a high probability trade setup, okay? So I'm looking for the highest probability trade setups, and I know what they are, and I'm ready and waiting for them. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got for you. Of course, if you did enjoy, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And yeah, again, if you do want access to the Visionary Discord, where I give all of my trades away, all of the updates away, then that is the first link in the description. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Take care, and yeah, I will see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't on